Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life during music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again, you're very welcome today. I trust you enjoyed my last video on rock and roll and Hall of Fame inductee Bobby Darin, who in his short 37 years of life paved his own way, both in music and in movies. And through his song Mack the Knife, we just looked at his incredible personality he had. So trust you found him encouraging. We're going on to a lass that was born in Burbank, California. Blues, rock, folk and country. This girl is across all of these genres and she does it really well. The girl we're talking about is Bonnie Raitt. Now, apart from her incredible singing voice, she's also a very good guitarist indeed, and so she's just all-round package. Plus, she's got the look, which always helps. And she hasn't changed her hairstyle, according to Melissa Etheridge, for the whole of her career. And why does she need to? Because it looks absolutely amazing. In 1971, out came her first album, but success was a little bit elusive for Bonnie, unfortunately. She could write songs, she could sing, she could play, but she just wasn't getting the airplay that she wanted until 1989. And that came the album Nick of Time. Now, this album is so significant. Library of Congress have put it into their list as a very significant album. This got to #1, this album, and also won a Grammy Award. Now, the song I want to talk about is actually Nick of Time, which was the self-titled song of this album. One of the lines, scared to run out of time. You know, there's one constant in our lives, isn't there? And I remember all the way back now when I did the Alan Parsons Project and the song Time. In that video, I talked about how time is a bit like a river that just ebbs its way through our lives. Sometimes we don't want it to ebb quite as quickly, right? Sometimes we want it to ebb a bit slower. Sometimes time's a bit slow and we really want it to speed up. But time is time. It just does the 60 seconds a minute, 60 minutes an hour, and 24 hours in a day, day after day after day. But Bonnie would say in this particular song that there's more to it than that, and that is that in the nick of time, that is, we just got it in there, right? One of the things we talk about, you know, women, particularly when they want to have a baby, like they're running out of time for that, or we might be running out of time for a relationship, or maybe a second time around at that, and we might be thinking, oh God, I'm running out of time here. Well, what does running out of time actually mean? I just wonder whether we have certain hopes and dreams of aspirations for our lives and we think, oh, I'm really looking forward to how life's going to turn out. Then maybe it doesn't. And we think, oh man, running out of time here. My hair's going a bit grey, or as in my case, a bit silver. And we think, oh, not that I'm feeling like I'm running out of time, by the way. No, life's pretty good at the moment. Because, you know, I'm enjoying the moments to make up this thing called time. Every single moment I'm enjoying. And I think what we need to do is instead of like waiting for time to come around for when we get that nick of time moment, perhaps we need to be thinking, well, hey, I'm not going to wait for that nick of time moment. I'm just going to have the moments as they come along and live life that way. Instead of, while we're waiting for that next big thing to happen, the life is skipping us by, and we don't want that either. Otherwise, it does come in the nick of time when we think, oh, I was meant to live my life, but I didn't. And, you know, I'm out of time now because I might be sick and things might be getting to the end. We want to live life while we can. We don't want to be waiting. We don't want to be waiting for the nick of time for time to run out and for time to kind of not be there anymore. We need to live the life while we can. So if you are sitting around waiting for that next big thing, don't. Because while you're waiting, life's passing you by. And we don't want to do that, do we? Because, you know, we don't want to put our life on hold waiting for that thing to happen, that nick of time, that moment to happen. We actually want to live our lives and make the most of it while we can. And I think this is what Bonnie Raitt was meaning in this song. She's talking about, hey man, you know, that relationship would be great. Would it happen just in the nick of time? Well, what is it about nick of time? It's like, well, thank goodness it happened then, because life would have been over as I knew it if it didn't happen at that particular moment. No, life would have carried on. You would have worked out what to do. So we don't want to wait for things. We want to live our lives, and and it's probably in that living that we will actually find what we're looking for, because we discover stuff about ourselves we didn't even know existed. And sometimes we need to discover stuff about ourselves because we might not know. In fact, we don't know everything there is about us. There's always more stuff to learn, and that's going to happen through living and not waiting for the nick of time. So I trust that will be an encouragement for you today. Well, the next two albums were multi-million bestsellers, so Bonnie Raitt actually hit the ground running at this point. She was a mega superstar at this point. And one of those albums was Luck of the Draw. It came out in 1991. There's a couple of clips off this album. We've got Something to Talk About. This is the live version of this one, and this shows off her guitar playing really, really well. Bonnie is an incredible guitar player. Her technique has been analysed, particularly by people like Wings of Pegasus, filmed from there, about how incredible her guitar playing is and how incredible her voice is, how she can just keep the pitch that she needs to keep. So Something to Talk About, yeah, give me something to talk about. Hey, we need to talk about it. Whatever it is, Something to Talk About, a great song. I thought they need to go a little bit more, I suppose, mellower. We got I Can't Make You Love Me, also off that same album, Luck of the Draw, 1991. This song features Bruce Hornsby. Of course, he was The Way It Is. I did him a little while back. And he's playing piano in this live clip on this one. Now, Mojo Magazine have voted this number 8 of the most 100 best songs of all time. So a very, very significant song indeed. So we've got a live version of that one. Now, between 1971 and 2022, 18 studio albums, 3 live albums, 3 compilation albums, 42 singles, estimated around 17 million albums, and there's been a few #1 releases in those 18 albums, so pretty amazing for Bonnie to be that. She's been in this industry for a long time, and it was great in the 2000 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that she got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Got a link to that induction below. And Melissa Etheridge, in a beautiful, indelible style that she's got, just absolutely inducts Bonnie into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She's also won 13 Grammy Awards, 13, mind you, and she's received the Lifetime Achievement Award through the Grammys as well. Rolling Stone put a number 50 of the 100 greatest singers of all time. And one of the quotes, her vocals bend and twist right into your heart. So Bonnie Raitt is an absolute class act, this girl, and of course we had to give her a bit of a go today. So the links to those, I think I said live and official for Nick of Time. So we've got those 2, 3, 4, 5 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video on Bobby Darin. So if you want to rehash on him, feel free. Well, if this is your first time to Life Reflections through Music, thank you very much for coming, finding me on YouTube. If you come back for another one, how awesome is that? I trust you've always been encouraged today, is what we always try to do on this channel. Well, that's it for today. Next time, we're going to go on to a guy that has written so many, so many songs over a long period of time. I've got to give this guy a go, Burt Bacharach. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.